Being kind will get you a long way, but being firm with your words and action will make the other person respect you even more. What are you doing? Amari? Yeah. Where's your bag?
I don't have my phone.
You think I'm blind, but I just saw. Open your bag, close it, give it to your fellow colleague at the front. I respect myself, so this is how I treat myself. So I'm gonna treat you in this way, with respect as well, but I have boundaries, I have values, and I know how to conduct myself, and I know how to talk with you. Normally what they'll say from there, say, okay, find the 10th. Why'd you fart?
The chair.
I don't have a problem if you want to fart, but just fart outside. By praising them too much, it takes away the effect. It takes away the power of the praise itself. It's an interesting psychology because if you can use it in the right way, it will make them work harder. What we're going to do from next week, we're going to change your seating plan. That's going to make it very nice, smooth, quiet.
What?
That's going to create World War III, and I don't want that. So I've been teaching maths for the past 7 years where I run my own private tutoring company. And in that time, I've seen a lot of interesting patterns and behaviors. If you are a student or a teacher, you can gain a lot of insight and value from this. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 interesting patterns that I have noticed during my time of teaching, and some of these will shock you. The first pattern I notice is if you go down to their level, they will like you. It's no secret that if you're able to go down to someone's level or on the same wavelength, you're able to connect with them and they will eventually like you. And that's the same principle with students. When I've been teaching students through all these years, I've always gone down to their level as opposed to me thinking I'm better than them or me thinking that I know it all or me cutting them off. No. I went down to their level, which basically means that the way I explain, the way I interact is a way that they will be able to receive it on their end as a, okay, this guy is good, he's positive, he makes me understand things and I enjoy it. And that's very important because if you're able to talk in their language, they will be more open to do the things that you want them to do. And that's not in an authoritative way, but you do it from a psychological perspective, if that makes sense, by them being more comfortable with you, by them being more comfortable the way you speak with them. Even when I explain certain concepts and certain explanations with the mathematical theories or the mathematical applications of what I'm teaching, I'm not using like textbook explanations or words. No. I'm going right down to first principles. Okay, do you understand how to do this? Okay, if I move this here, do you understand why I did that? Literally going step by step to the level that that student understands. And obviously every student is different. But what I've noticed is that if I know what that student likes and I talk in their wavelength and I talk in their language, it's very easy for me to connect with them, but it's also very easy for me to get them to do the work. And again, that might sound manipulative, but it's not, because they are comfortable with me talking to them in that way because I'm talking with them in their language, on their wavelength. So that's something that was very interesting. Like every single student that I teach are very different. You have some loud ones, you have some quiet ones, you have some in the middle. I've always found that what was very important is being able to connect to each of those students based on their wavelength. Some of them could be shy, so I have to reduce my energy. Some of them could be loud, which means I have to increase my energy. Some of them will be in the middle, which means I have to use a bit of high energy and low energy every now and then. It's really about reading their energy and their wavelength. And if you're able to match it based on what they are giving out and you give the same thing that they give out, the connection will be deeper, they will be more comfortable, they will enjoy the class, and they will be able to understand your teaching because now you're speaking their language.
So when I said can I pay for the answers, she actually said 20 quid.
I know, people could make a business from my homework now, is it? Literally, oh my days. Sienna, I want 50% of the revenue, whatever revenue you make, or else you don't come to my class. I'm sure when you put yourself up in social media, you don't want to look yourself like, oh, I've got a blurry face and I'm going to post that, right? You're going to put some 101 filters to make you look like this god or goddess to make sure that you look good. So when you take a picture of my homework, you better make sure that it looks good, because I'm not going to reply to people saying I can't see. I've had many people say I can't see this question. Like, really, if you can't see, how am I going to see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why have they got 5 logos saying the same thing on your thing?
You wear the same thing every day.
What's wrong with that? Steve Jobs wore the same thing every day and he's a billionaire. Aaron?
Yes?
Where's your phone?
I was checking something important.
Where's your phone?
No, I was actually checking. I have one last chance. I'll show you something important. I was actually checking something important.
Who wants me to take the phone away? Me. Okay, where's your bag?
Please, I'll show you something important.
You know the rules. Where's your bag?
Oh, down there.
Take it out. Put your phone. Close the bag. And then give it to Hayward. Hayward, pass it down to Chris. Chris, put it on the chair. Careful, careful. It's the phone, so careful. Okay, you know the drills. So what would be the lowest common multiple between x minus 1 and 1? Thank you. Okay, next one, Kaya.
X is minus 2.2 and x is 2.02.
Isn't that the same thing?
Just the
2, 4, 8. Who do we appreciate?
We did this in maths.
I thought it was in biology you did it. The second pattern I noticed, and this is a funny one, is most students do the homework the day before the class or on the day of the class. Look, this is human nature. When we have a deadline that's, for example, 1 week away or 2 weeks away, we're not gonna do it now. We're gonna do it the day before or 2 days before, maybe even on the day. That's just our human nature. That's just the way we are. And what I've noticed with the students, this happens every single time, is that most of them, not everyone, but most of them will end up doing the homework the day before. So for example, if I teach a topic today, right, and I'll share why this is important as well. I teach, for example, quadratic simultaneous equation today, right? And then I give them homework on that. Now, what they would tend to do is, okay, when class is finished, they'll go home or they're going to do whatever they're going to do, but they're not going to do the homework. And what they'll tend to do is they'll leave it, 5 days gone, and then, oh my gosh, I got class tomorrow, so let me go and start the homework. And then they'll do the homework. Now, the problem with that, you are going to forget what you learned last week if you do the homework 5 days after, or if you do 6 days after. They probably had to do so much other things during that time, other school homework, other activities, life just coming at you left and right. So you would have forgotten what's happened. And that's a problem, because now when they go and do the homework, they'll be like, okay, what the heck did I just do last week? Oh my gosh, I forgot. So they're not gonna do the homework to a high quality because first and foremost, they're gonna be lazy. And it's not a bad thing, I'm just saying from an observation perspective, they're gonna be lazy and they'll be like, okay, I don't understand this and I don't know how to do it, and the homework is tomorrow and I don't have enough time, so I'm not gonna put enough time and effort. And this I've seen so many times, and it's funny because I would know without even seeing their work, just from the way they're trying to answer the questions. When we go through it, I can see that they've not done the homework on the day. Now, if you do the homework on the day or the day after, whilst it's fresh in your mind, the quality is going to be a lot higher and you'll be able to retain the information that you learn on the day because you just done it straight after or the day after, if that makes sense. So this really is a great analogy in anything as well in life, in that when you learn something new, don't leave it, go and practice it straight away, because that's when you retain the information, right? That's when it's fresh in your mind. But if you give it time and you give 4 days, 5 days, 6 days after you've learned that thing, you're gonna forget, which means now the momentum to start again is gonna be a lot more. The willpower to do it again is gonna be a lot more. And then you're not gonna be bothered to do it because you'll be like, oh, you know what? This is gonna take too much of my energy and too much force for me to get into this. I'm not gonna do it. So the easy thing for me to do is I'll just say I didn't understand it or I didn't do it. It's a pattern that is with everything else as well in their lives. And I do it as well, right? Like when you have deadlines, I don't tend to do it on the day. It's just, I'll do it, when I need to do it because that's when I'm switched on. Now you'll probably ask me, is this a bad thing or good thing? Well, it's based on how you retain information. If you struggle to retain information, do the work straight away. Do the work on the day or the day after when it's fresh in your memory. Because if you can't retain information, it means you're gonna need to put more energy, more effort when you do it the day before class, and you're not gonna enjoy it. You're not gonna enjoy the process at all. But whilst it's fresh in your memory, you'll enjoy it because now you've just understood what happened in class, and now you're gonna do the homework and it's there, which means everything is connecting, which means it flows. So when you're doing it, you're enjoying it, you're liking it, everything is clicking, and you're gonna enjoy the subject more. And that's not just for maths, I'm just talking about everything else as well. When you learn something new and you go practice it straight away, everything connects and flows so much more. All right? What are you doing? Amari?
Yeah.
Where's your bag?
I don't have my phone.
Aaron started his phone.
I don't have my phone.
You think I'm blind? What I just saw? Open your bag. Pull your bag up from the desk. Close it. Give it to your fellow colleague at the front.
Aaron started his phone.
Check his phone.
Take your phone out. Okay. Okay. So give it to
No, I'm
Hayward.
doing it by myself.
I saw you putting it in the bag. How did you not?
He did it this last.
I used to do magic for little kids.
That is my nth term for this geometric series.
So it'd be 4 and 9.
No, you can't do 4. I knew someone was going to say that. I was waiting. Normally what they'll say from there, say, okay, find the 10th. Why'd you fall?
The chair. No, I'll do it again.
Okay. I don't have a problem if you want to fart, but just fart outside. The third pattern I observed is by being kind and firm, they will respect you even more. You see, being kind will get you a long way, but being firm with your words and action will make the other person respect you even more. And this is something that I've been doing every single class, or most of the classes anyway, which is how I conduct myself. You can see that in the videos as well. Like, I'm kind to the students, I'm gentle, but then when I need to be firm, I am firm. By being firm, they know, okay, I can't mess around with him. He's got boundaries, he's got values, he's got principles, so he's not a pushover. And this is very important. A lot of people think that by being firm or being harsh, if I may say so, they think that you're being rude. It's not being rude, it's about showing respect, right? It's like, I respect myself, so this is how I treat myself. So I'm gonna treat you in this way, with respect as well, but I have boundaries, I have values, and I know how to conduct myself, and I know how to talk with you. So when they see that, when there's a firmness from me, they're like, whoa, okay, cool, I don't wanna get the wrong side of him. That's a very good thing. That's not a bad thing. If you're able to use that in the right way, in the right balance, trust me, the students will respect you. Like, I've never had to shout in my class. Right? Now, when I obviously tell them, okay, let's stop talking, let's go, they will do it because I gave them the opportunity to talk and they understand that and they know that. So when now I say, okay, let's go, let's stop this, they know. And this is important because when you're able to be firm, they will also know that you are not going to be a pushover. So they're not going to be messing you around. They know that, okay, he's serious, so I better take this class serious. And this is how I've been conducting my classes. When I started, yes, it was a bit difficult, but then I started to get a foot in the door and understand, okay, the psychology of, okay, if I do this, this happens. If I do this, this happens. Now, of course, I crack jokes with them, they crack jokes with me. But they also know not to mess around because I can be very firm and I can also be very intimidating. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to have a bit of fear. You have to give them a bit of that fear so that they know, okay, you know what, he's serious. So I get a lot of students that say this to me where, Vidush, you know, when you look at us, there's an energy about you where you create a bit of fear. And to me, I have no problem with that because that will allow them to know that I'm someone not to be messed around. I'll be nice to you. I'll be a friend to you. I will treat you right. I will respect you. But then I also have boundaries and I also know like, this is what we need to do. This is how we're gonna do it. And this is just the way it is. So by them knowing that, and this is interesting because I don't say much, it's just my energy. They can feel it from my energy. They know that if I give them a look, they know, okay, whoa, okay, he's serious. Okay, let me not mess around or let me stop talking. And this is what I mean by being kind but firm. Because if you can do both of those things, I guarantee you this, they will like you, but not only will they like you, they will respect you. And I believe that respect is more important than someone liking you. Do you know why? Because someone can still respect you without liking you. Someone can like you, but still not respect you. So for me, the way I look at it is respect is higher in the hierarchy compared to be likable. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that I demand respect or I expect them to respect me. That's not how I operate. But the way I look at it is they don't have to like me to respect me. And they'll still respect me. And if they still respect me without liking me, you're winning. You're winning because they understand like, okay, this is how I do things and they respect that. And if they have that with you, the likability of them liking you eventually, that will go up, that will come in time. So when you look at being kind and gentle and nice over being firm, understand that there needs to be a balance and you need to have both sides. And sometimes you could be a bit more firm than being kind. There's nothing wrong with that. So long as they understand that you are on their side and trying to help them, being firm is not going to be detrimental. In fact, it's going to make them respect you more and eventually like you more. That's it.
That's all you have to do.
But don't worry, the next examples are going to test your mind like it's never been tested before. It's an over-exaggeration. Yeah, it's easy as well. Get some sleep, you'll be fine. About 4 hours of sleep is enough.
4 hours.
Yeah.
I get about 6.
No, that's too much. Always more than enough. You're a baby to sleep for 10 hours. Oh my day.
Mate, last night I fell asleep for 12 hours. It was great. I usually get like 3-4 hours of sleep a night, but that was great.
So you're one of those ones that doesn't need an alarm clock, which just wakes up at the same time every day.
Yeah. Yeah. But now my alarm is a very, actually no, I can't. It's like tweet, 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 tweet. Like the bird chirping.
God, I can never hear my alarm.
You know the best way to wake up? Tell your mom to throw cold water on your face. No. What's the operation that I can use to get rid of A?
Divide.
Very good.
Yeah.
Divide.
No, divide.
Are you going to fetch me?
We'll ask the news and then we'll make a breaking news about
Where
it.
is you?
Do the work. Bruv. Have some variety. Don't just wear one whole thing.
Hey, I don't care.
Oh!
I'm not talking to this, I'm talking to you.
Talking
I
to you,
respect
so you don't care.
my elders.
Yeah, we'll see what the camera says in all those clips before as well, isn't it?
So I reckon you should make a compilation of Aaron and send it to his mum.
Amari, turn around. Turn around and watch the screen and do the work. Turn around. Well, you can leave now if you want.
Actually,
Yeah. Let me just message your mom and then that's it.
I've blocked your number.
You don't think I can reach your mom in another way as
Wow,
well?
what are you gonna do? Get Snapchat?
I got the newest technology.
No, I got that from all my stories.
Facebook? Yeah, that's where like all the
Old people.
never mind, I shouldn't say it.
What?
Nothing.
Tell me.
No, I'll probably be expelled.
No, you won't. Go on, tell me. I
I'll
will.
get expelled.
You won't.
I'm a bit scared. Amigo got shut down.
Oh, Amigo, yeah, I used to love that place.
Get on with the work. Let's go. Fourth pattern I observed is withholding praises will make them work harder. This is something that I do all the time. A lot of people say that, oh, you have to praise them, you have to say well done when they do good things, and you have to show that. And I believe that to a certain extent, but I also believe that by praising them too much, it takes away the effect. It takes away the power of the praise itself. I've noticed that when I don't give them that much praise to the students, they tend to work harder because they are fighting for that praise. They want me to give them that praise. So in a way, it's a kind of reverse psychology effect where I'm telling them, okay, let's get on with it. And then when they get it right, I'll be like, okay, good. But they like that. And I don't say good or well done very often. I only say when it's something that deserves a good and well done, because I know in my mind that if I say well done all the time, the effect of it is going to reduce, it's going to minimize, and I don't want that. I want my word to have an effect. I want my word to have power. So I've noticed that when the praises are withheld and they're not being given frequently, they tend to work a lot harder. They want to impress you. So think about it. It's the same thing with your mom and dad, right? Like when they don't give you as much praise, what do? You seek that. You seek that validation. You seek that praise from your parents or your family members, or even maybe your friends, right? It's an interesting psychology because if you can use it in the right way, it will make them work harder to the point where, okay, good, this is good. And it also toughens them up because now they know that to get the praise, they have to keep on working. And even when they finish the work and they've achieved the goal, it's not enough. So they want to increase that and do more and be more. So I feel that there's a lot of positivity and advantages in being able to withhold your praises and use it wisely to the advantage of the student. Now, when I do praise them, their eyes light up. They're like, oh my gosh, really just praised me. Okay, I want to do more now. I want to do more to show him I could do more. This is good. It's a good thing. And this is how you, in my opinion, use psychology to your advantage to help them. Because at the end of the day, I'm not doing this to bring them down. I'm doing this so that they can rise and increase their capacity and their level and get better and understand what they're learning and also achieve the grades, right? But also what I'm doing is I'm training them mentally to understand that you shouldn't be getting praises all the time. And even if you do get the praise, okay, what's next? Let's go. So even when I praise them, I'm like, okay, now we're gonna do a harder question. We're not finished yet. So it's always learning and challenging. It's always like once they've done it, I'm always challenging them for the next thing. I'm always pushing them because for me, it's like, it's not over until it's over. And until then, good, what you've done is great, but we're not done yet and we need to do more. So that's a mentality. And that's how I do it for myself, which is interesting. This is how I treat myself. In a way, subconsciously in my mind, I'm doing that to them as well, but I do it in a way that helps them to get better. And they also not only improve in the maths grade, but at the same time, mentally, they get harder. Mentally, the character gets stronger. They are building themselves up. Because obviously in the real world, things are gonna be very difficult. Exams is coming. You guys are all laughing. You know what's gonna be so funny? When the exam comes, I'm gonna see all your sad faces and then I'll make sure like, it's selfie time. Okay, oh, I need to write the homework. What we're gonna do from next week, we're gonna split everyone.
What?
And we're gonna change the seating plan.
Sir, go on mid-class.
I'm gonna move people where they don't talk with other people. That's gonna make it very nice, smooth, quiet.
I'm saying Christian and Aaron front.
What?
That's gonna create World War III, and I don't want that.
I'm leaving.
Okay, guys, we'll have an after party when that happens, so don't worry. Yeah, I need to write the homework still. All my days. Sorry.
Well, sir, that's okay. You can forget this week. You don't mind.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So ever so kind of you, but I feel bad.
Can you come in and help me, sir, please? I need some help. Come
Don't help me. Don't help me.
You are the greatest. Liar.
No, actually,
Your
no.
face says that you're just saying that so I don't write the homework. A lot of these things that I'm sharing, it's funny because yes, I know I'm teaching them maths, but I feel like there's more to that. There's a lot of life tools that I'm teaching them through maths. And I'm always going to do that, and I'm always going to give them that, because I do feel that once they're finished here and they go in the real world, in life itself, there's gonna be a lot of challenges, there's gonna be a lot of obstacles, and they need to have the right tools, the right resources to be able to tackle those challenges. Because if they don't have those things, they're gonna go down.